I have yarn mail. I just finished my workday. I washed my hair. I have it in rollers right now, which is, excuse the scarf, but I have yarn mail and I'm so excited to be starting a new project this week. Okay. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Okay, my name is Tasha and I share videos all about my creative life. I'm an artist, a serial hobbyist, a all-around nature and joy lover. Okay, and in this video I am doing my most difficult test knit yet. Okay, I'm so nervous but also very excited to make this garment and to learn so much from this designer and help them create this beautiful pattern for the world to replicate. But let me show you the yarn while we talk about what this project is. So I find all of my test knits on Yarn Pod. Sometimes I find them on TikTok or Instagram, but mostly Yarn Pod. And it is a database website where designers go on and they post their pending patterns, and test knitters can sign up to knit them. Simple enough. And so I found this one on Yarn Pond. All right, so it is a texture and cable all over cardigan. It's called the salmon sweater. It may be called the upstream sweater. I'm not sure which name she's choosing, but it is really, really cool. This pattern caught my eye because it is very unique. There's so much creativity like woven into it. I've never seen anything like it before. And I am in need of a cozy, cool cardigan. So I was just like, duh, I need to make this. And so when I decided I was going to apply for it, I went ahead and ordered some yarn. It is like Black Friday sale on a hobby website right now. And so this is my color combination that I'm doing. But either way, I believe this color combination is going to be really beautiful and earthy. So the first thing I want to do is knit a swatch, because I need to confirm all my measurements and also see how this yarn combo is going to look. All right, I have finished my swatch. This is what it looks like. It's bad lighting. It's nighttime, it's dim. You're not getting the full beauty of the swatch, unfortunately. But the coloring is really, really pretty. Let's see. You can kind of see the variation in the color here, but again, I'm gonna have to show you in the morning in some natural light, even for myself, because I do love it, but I want to see it in better lighting in the sun. I still need to give this a little steam block and measure it and just make sure everything is adding up the way it's supposed to. So I'm gonna do that quickly so that I can cast on, because I'm just ready to get started and I love this. Okay, I came down into the stairwell where there's better light so you can get a look. We're gonna do it tomorrow. If they're screaming, show them tomorrow. I want to show you now because I'm so excited and it looks so beautiful. But this is a much better lighting situation. The light's better here. It's nice and bright. You can really see. It would be better tomorrow, but I just blocked it, so it's also laying a lot better. Let's give it a measure because I am a little skeptical about if this is meeting gauge, just because the stitches look, I don't know, it looks a little loosey-goosey to me. And the pattern calls for size 7 needles, which is what I use, but the yarn package recommends size 6 needles. So now I'm feeling nervous. Let's measure it. All right, I have measured my swatch and it's practically spot on. I'm like 1 row and 1 stitch away from it being perfect. That is perfect enough for me. So I've grabbed my smaller needle because it starts off with ribbing. This is like worked bottom up. It's worked all flat and then seamed together, which I also love. Because my circular 7-inch needles are being used, so I'm gonna end up having to use my not 7-inch, circular US 7 needles are being used for a different project, so I'll have to use my straight needles for this, which don't clown me. My friends tried to clown me for using straight needles, talking about I'm somebody nana. Okay, I own them, I'm going to use them, it's fine. But yeah, swatch looks great. Let's cast on. Alright, last night I did up until the end of the ribbing at the bottom, and there are German short rows in this last section, like the last 6 rows that I did last night. I've never done German short rows on the bottom of a piece before. That's very different, and I don't know if you can see like the curve, the slight curve that it brings, and like it tapers at either end. That's different. I've never seen that before, and I'm curious to see how that looks, like plays out. It's very interesting. I don't know if it's like shaping for like the butt or something, because it's gonna like sit on the butt. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm trusting the process. I've been keeping track of other test knitters' notes, and no one has said that was in the wrong place, so I'm assuming it's in the right place, but I've never seen that before. But again, this is why I kind of love test knitting, because I get to learn new techniques and new ways of like shaping and constructing garments, and it's pretty cool. This fabric is everything to me. Everything. It looks so much better in the daylight. I am obsessed. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's earthy. It is like vibrant at the same time somehow. Like I'm just like obsessed with the way the two colors blend, and it's just, I don't know, it's just, I love it. I love it. Very autumnal, very much my favorite like tone, almost like a terracotta, but a little darker, a little deeper. My hair did not do anything that I thought it was going to do after I washed it yesterday, so please excuse how wild I look right now. Let's see how much knitting we can get done today. Hopefully I do not fall asleep and take a nap, but I can't make any promises. We'll see how much we are gonna get done. I think I'm at the part where I need to switch to my bigger needle. It's from a size 6 to a size 7. My only available 7s are these straight needles, and it's definitely too short, so let me go see if I have a slightly longer set. I actually do think I have a longer set of 7s. If not, I'm gonna have to put my other project on these needles, which totally I think I may actually just go do. I think I'm just gonna go do that. It's very early in the morning. Can you see that little slither of light? I think the sun is finally starting to come up. Wintertime is so crazy because you wake up early, and in the summer the sun will be up, but in the winter it feels like the middle of the night. Like I got up around like 5:15 because I fell asleep so early last night by accident. So I was up really early and I decided to get some knitting done to make up for what I didn't do last night. I'm just not a night owl, you guys. I'm so much more productive and alert in the morning. But this is where we are. Can you see this? Is this the right side? Yes. Okay, this is the right side. I'm working on the back panel. And you can see this is the fish tail. Oh, it's really hard to see. Maybe I'll do a top down. But we got the fish tail. We have the center wave cable and then the other fish tail. And I thought I'd take a break and put in my notes and corrections to the designer because I haven't done that yet. And I have like a little note pulled up on my phone where as I see errors or things that need more clarification, I write down a little note on like what page I found it on and like what section it's under. So I also haven't like made a ravelry project for this yet or anything. Like I haven't done any of my like test knit admin work for this project yet. So I thought I'd take a little break because I'm at row 15 in the body. Like after I stopped the ribbing, you start counting the body rows. I'm about to start row 15 and I'm really starting to be able to see stuff. So I'm like, okay, let me take a breather and do this admin so I'm like up to date and we'll get back to it. But I also want to make sure I'm not writing corrections someone already wrote. So I'm going to have to skim through other people's notes and then submit mine. From what I can tell right now, there's only 6 testers. That's a very small pool, so it shouldn't be too much noise to have to filter through. But yeah, it's a new day. Today I'm gonna go co-work at my friend's co-working space for a few hours and get some client work done and like catch up with him. And hopefully today I'll get a good part of this panel done. There are like some deadlines. They're always soft deadlines, but like little checkpoint deadlines for the test knit. And I think the checkpoint for the back panel is this week. Granted, not everybody saw it at the same time. This is like based off when she first posted the test. And so again, it's like a soft thing. My personal goal is to finish this back panel by the end of the month, not necessarily at the end of the week. So I'm giving myself like 2.5 more weeks to do this because obviously I just started 2 days ago. So yeah, super excited about this. Okay, updates on the test knit. I have finished my first ball of mohair, so I'm about to attach a fresh ball. They're so soft. So let me attach this ball and work to the end of the row so that I can show you what it's looking like, because you can actually see the fish motif pretty well now. I think I'm like almost to the neck of the fish. if that makes sense, like right under the head, I think. So I'm excited to see this back panel done. Hopefully this weekend. Today is Saturday. It's my weekend, so I have been doing some house chores today. I like mopped my floors, watered my plants, and I want to hopefully get a lot of knitting done. What do I need to do? Purl 1, then knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm jumping between 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns in a chart per, like in each row. I have to hop between a lot of stuff, and it's been nice because it's finally gotten to a point where outside of like the chart, the fish chart, I pretty much know what I'm knitting without having to look at the pattern anymore, because it's all just like repeated up the panel. So that's been pretty nice, and it started to feel more like a flow state and like more enjoyable to knit because there's not so much referring to the pattern. I low-key can't stand always having to look at the pattern. Like, it's just so annoying to me. So yeah, I'm happy to be in a part where I don't really need to be looking. Okay, here we are. Take a look at that. Wow. I think that this fish motif is so sick. Like, what in the heck? Do you see that? Bottom fin, body, little like back fin, little belly fins. All right, what do you call this? The wave is looking pretty good. There are a couple spots where I messed up the wave, like right here. I didn't turn the cable the right way, and then I did the same thing right here. It's okay. It has been a couple of weeks, and I believe that it is time for a salmon sweater or salmon cardigan update, because I haven't checked in with you guys in a while because I've been slowly working on this back panel still. Yep, working on this back panel still. I have not even gotten past the back panel, but I'm hoping to change that today. I am really hoping to change that today. I feel very close to the finish line of the back panel at least, and I still have 2 front panels and 2 sleeves to do. And I have like the deadline is like, the soft deadline is like 3 weeks away. 3 weeks away, something like that. Doesn't make me feel good, I'll tell you that. That means I have to do a section a week. Like, I cannot play around if I'm trying to finish this on time and not be someone who needs to request for an extension, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but I want to just be the responsible tester. So let me tell you what's been going on. This fish chart was the death of me. At one point, the wave in the middle, I messed it up. Like, and I think you can kind of see where I messed up because I ended up having to rip back the wave like a good 3 inches of rows. But once I really realized, like, whoa, that section looks like really messed up. Like, and with something like this, I'm okay with having little mistakes here and there, but if they're like so visible like that, like even visible to the untrained eye, I have to fix it because like that looks crazy. So I went down, but then once I went down, I like didn't know what row I really was on. Like I just could not figure out for the life of me. I think I was really close, but I could have been 1 row too short because I feel like this squiggle feels shorter than the other ones, or maybe this squiggle feels longer than the other ones. I don't even remember where it was at this point, but I think maybe I was off by a row or so when I went to correct it, but it is corrected and looks good. Like, it's not perfect, but it looks good. And you see my two fish on either side. They're not laying quite flat yet because they haven't been blocked, but the bobble was very easy to do for the eyeball. I got through it. It took forever, but I got through it. I'm also knitting on a bunch of other stuff right now, so I've been distracted, I gotta be honest. But a note that I feel like I need to make to the designer, because I had a huge mess up, was these, she has it marked as shoulder shaping, these like tabs that come out right here on the side. I forgot to knit those. There was a note about adding stitches on at a certain row, like at the beginning of the section, but it's like 70 rows in or something like that. Like, I did not remember to do that. So and it wasn't within the written instructions that I was following to finish the fish chart or whatever. So stop licking your paws, dog, please, the noise. So I ended up, once I finished the fish chart, looked at the pattern, realized I did not do the increases. I separately knit the little tab and then sewed it on. I knit 2 tabs because one for both sides. I kept the stitches live at the top of both tabs, sewed the tabs onto my panel, and then picked up the stitches on either side of the circular needle and continued on with my life and knit a whole nother chunk. So now it's all blended in. You can kind of see, my seam right here. This is where I seamed it. This is where it was added on, like just continuously seamlessly added onto the row, and then it's like nice and flat and seamless up here. I realized this and fixed my mistake within like 30 minutes. It actually ended up not being that big of a deal, so I was really happy with that. And now I have separated, I think I've done neck shaping. I've bind off in the middle, and I have put on a stitch holder one side of the shoulder, and the other side of the shoulder is still on the needles, I think is what's happening. We're about to find out. So hopefully I put the right side on, because where's my working needle? Wait, my working yarn's over here. I think I put the wrong I put the wrong stitches on the holder. My working yarn is literally over here. That's so funny. Okay, well, that's where I'm starting. I gotta switch all of this over, and then I'm going to try and finish this back panel and get started on one of the fronts today. That would be really nice. I wanted to do some yard work today, but it's just so loud out there. There's like my neighbors doing yard work, the other neighbors' dogs are being them. And it's just too overstimulating. I can't be bothered. I'm like, I'll be back out here at the crack of dawn so I can come out here by myself and work in my garden in peace. I did it! I finished the back panel! And the shaping is a little funky. Look at how oddly I did that. Like, what is happening here? Let's hope that that doesn't translate when I pick up for the collar, but not stoked on that little divot. But this is the neck shaping. Let's see. That's the neck. And then the shoulders out here. I'm very pleased with this. Oh, I'm showing you the inside. This is the outside. I am very pleased with this. Look at how that drapes. That's pretty nice. Wow. Okay. Yay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Calm down. Oh, I just missed it. Oh, there's so many elevators. Let's do a little salmon cardigan update. I look absolutely insane because it's early in the morning and I've just been up knitting and not talking or doing anything. I look crazy, but I just ran out of a ball of yarn and I needed to come down here to get a new one, so I thought I'd give a little update on how this front panel is working out. Let me see if I can identify the front. Okay, I'm literally right out of yarn mid-row, so this is a little bit awkward, but this is how far I've gotten on my front panel. Can you see the fish? That's the tail, it's the body. I think this is the belly, and that's like the upper fin right here. And this is knitting up so much faster than the back panel, obviously because it's like less than half of the amount of stitches. I am kind of scared at how like thin this is. Like, how in the world is this supposed to be a front panel to a sweater? Like, it barely hits the sides. I can only hope that at some point I'm gonna pick up and knit a button band right here, which will give me a little more width. But this is where we are and it's looking awesome. I really hope that this blocks out. Let me grab another yarn. This will be the 4th skein of yarn I'm using on my sweater. These are 50-gram balls, so they're not huge. This will be my 4th 50-gram ball, and I am a little more than halfway done the front panel. So I still have one more front panel and 2 sleeves to do, which, if I had to predict, that's probably another 4 balls, if not a little more. But I am going to keep working on this, and I will update you guys when I get to another like good milestone, which will hopefully be the finish of this panel. It's the day after Christmas and I need to lock in. I need to lock in on this test knit right now. I have just finished the Vlogmas series and that took up a lot of my time and energy. It was a lot of fun, but now I'm ready to lock in and get back to normal. Here is my left side panel for the front. I think it's like this. So like this is collar shaping, this is shoulder shaping. It's quite narrow, but we're trusting the process. We're trusting the process. There's like a fish there. Wow. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna jump right in. I finished this morning, by the way. Like this last, it was probably all of like 10 rows. And now I'm ready to just jump right into the next side because I have probably a little under 2 weeks to finish this cardigan, and to be honest, I would like to finish it by the end of the year. So I need to lock in. I would really like to not have any whips going into the new year. For real. I don't want to bring any projects from this year into next year. If I can help it, I'm gonna try hard and lock in, like I said. So today is a knitting day for real. I'm actually so excited. It has been a long time, probably more than a month since I've let myself have like a for real like day off of working. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be relaxing. It's gonna be relaxing. All right, we're casting on, oh, let me get my iPad. We're casting on, I need to use the smaller needles. I'm using a new to me set of needles. A friend of mine sent me these that she didn't want anymore, which is awesome. They're so fancy. Look how pretty that is. Pretty unicorn needles. Thanks, Danny, if you're watching this. Okay, what is the smaller needle size is the question.
This one in the bottom corner.
It is much later in the evening and I almost forgot about you guys because I have been that locked in, okay? Look at how far I have gotten on my other front panel. Look at that little fishy body. I know you see that little fishy body. Yeah. We're getting somewhere. Let me show you in comparison to the other one. There's that much left to knit. That's definitely less than half. That's really exciting. That just gave me like the frickin' boost that I needed. Yeah, so I'm gonna give some other updates while I'm here because I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a little while, but the knitting has been going all right. The pattern itself is questionable, and I've been finding myself a little bit frustrated with my experience this go round for honestly kind of the first time, because I've done like 4, 5, 6 test knits this year, and this is the first one that I felt a little annoyed with, only because I am one of the kind of later joiners, and so when that has happened in the past, I've had very little corrections to make because I joined so late. Like everyone who's up in front of me has already like spotted all the things. That's not been the case here. I find that I have been hitting spots in the pattern that have been questionable or confusing or have an error, and I'm submitting it to the designer, and it annoys me because all the other testers, literally like 80% of the other testers, are damn near finished their knits, and it's just like, y'all have been done for weeks and I have submitted 3 more corrections since y'all have been done. Like, the job of a test knitter is to make the pattern as good as possible for the next person, for the paying customer who's going to pay to try and create this. Make it as seamless and straightforward and legible and easy as possible. Like, that's your job as a test knitter, not to just get a free pattern and make an object and be like, oh hey, look, I made this object. That's like, yeah, the object is awesome, but it is the process of editing the pattern that is important. Like, that's what the designer is asking us to do. It is to make sure, is any of this confusing? Is any of this making sense? Like, and that, yeah, has just been frustrating because I'm just like, I shouldn't still be making corrections if people are finished. I just had to say that. I don't see myself doing a lot of test knits next year. This was my year to test knit and it has been a whirlwind and I have learned a ton, but I don't know if I'm going to be doing a lot next year. It has to be amazing, like super unique, super amazing, super interesting. Like, there needs to be something in there that piques my interest that I've never done. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, excuse me. That I've never done before or something like that. Because that's what led me to this test that I'm currently doing. The salmon motif and all the different textures really caught my eye. And I really wanted, you know, to be a part of it. And so, yeah, I have been, you know, trudging away, but I'm really hoping that I don't hit any more edits or issues with the pattern, because these other ladies should have been turning that stuff in. I shouldn't still be making edits. But hopefully the designer is grateful for my very, very keen type A eye for these things. And yeah, it is almost dinner time now. I am going to take another break. I've been taking breaks on and off all day. This is like 6 hours of progress, by the way. It is almost 7 p.m. I've been knitting since maybe like 11 or so, but not straight through. I've taken multiple breaks to like eat, to go sit outside, and that type of stuff, because when you are doing a knitting marathon, you got to take care of your hands. So I would love to finish this tonight. So I'm gonna take a little break and try and like get my like energy back, and then I'm gonna lock back in. I don't know if I'll see you guys again tonight, but I definitely will see you when I finish this, I guess. Maybe that will be tonight, I don't know. But I am at the end. Another reason I'd stopped to give an update is because I'm at the end of my next mohair ball. I'm about to go get my third ball of mohair, and then I only have this much left of my wool yarn, and this is finishing the fifth. This is finishing my fourth ball of this. So I've finished 2 balls of mohair, and I'm finishing my 4th ball of yarn, and about to start my 5th ball of yarn. So that's been my count so far. And this is important notes that I take, because I have to turn this stuff into the designer so she knows like how much yarn was used for my size. Doing my job. Very demure. Very mindful. I've done it again! I can't believe it. I've made this mistake again. I've made the same mistake I made on the back panel, and I didn't cast on 5 extra stitches at the designated row for the shoulder shaping, which like makes this like bump out. Oh, I did this on the back panel too, and I can fix it, but it's just annoying. Like, oh, that is very annoying. Oh, I am so annoyed. Okay, I just found another mistake. It is fixable, but wow, I think I'm definitely feeling the fatigue of my knitting marathon today, because the errors are just piling up. Okay, so on this side of the fish chart is a broken rib, and as you can see, as I go up, that literally disappears. It is on the opposite side. I don't know why I all of a sudden started doing it on the opposite side. So what I'm gonna do is backtrack a couple of stitches right here to where, like, the most important thing are these 2 knit stitches. In the middle, it alternates between knit and purl. On either side, it's knit stitches. So what I need to do is follow this stitch up to find this column and frog back that column and then knit it.
Odd 16 maybe.
What the horse is.
Well, thankfully, I have other proper tools at my disposal, which might not be the case for the more than 1,000 people. You guys would not believe how much I've been struggling to get through this test knit. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what the last clip was, because that is how long I have been avoiding doing this cardigan. It's really like been like 2 weeks, but a few days ago I told myself I needed to lock in because I had already asked for an extension and I didn't want to have to ask for another one, and I am ready to move on. But I am very happy to announce both sleeves are done. Both sleeves are done. Both sleeves are done. They are 16 inches before blocking. I definitely plan on hopefully trying to get another inch, if not 2, out of them. But they look great. They look great. Oh my gosh. And this is the back with the 2 fish. This is the front with the 2 panels, the 2 loose panels that both have fishies on them. Man. Oh, bless you, Lilo. The next step is to block this. And as much as I'm just ready to seam her together, and then I gotta knit on the freaking button band, and I still gotta knit a collar, which, yeah, it says to wet block the pieces first for the best finish. That's what it says right under collar before you get to the collar instructions. So I'm going to trust the process and I'm going to do that. Because you got to seam it all together before you can put the collar on. And it only makes sense to relax the fibers before seaming them together. But yeah, man, this thing has really, really, really tested my patience, you guys. I, as you know, had ran into a confusing step on the sleeve, but I ended up powering through that. And there was one other thing that I ran into that I talked to her about. I don't remember what it is right now, but it was just, oh, it was like the wording for like when to start the decreases for the sleeve, in my opinion, felt very vague. And I personally had to do math with my swatch to figure out how many rows I needed to knit. And I just feel like the regular everyday knitter is not going to want to do that, and there should be some type of row count, or if not inch count, to know like when to start the decreases. That's just my opinion. But anyway, I'm gonna go block these. It's the next day and I have pulled all of the pieces off of the blocking boards and it is beautiful. The drape is lovely. Okay, I'm obsessed. And it smells good. Got my sleeves. I'm ready to seam her together. So I'm gonna grab a darning needle and just the red yarn and get to seaming. And today I'm dedicating time to do that. I really want to knock this out today, so I'm just going to dive in. Not to mention I am making my own buttons for this cardigan, so I'll be putting that in a completely separate video because I feel like this video is already long enough. And yeah, so I started that process this morning and I have some decisions to make on it, so I'm just gonna seam this together while that is like being handled.
It doesn't interrupt the integrity of the lettuce? Not really?
I could not have told you that I would have enjoyed the lettuce on this.
You should get her bread, her bite.
More surface area.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That's brilliant.
That's right.
It's all seamed together. I have like kind of pinned it closed right here just so I can get an idea of what the fit is looking like. This is the length of the sleeve, which is good. I was very nervous because it looked short to me at first. And I was just like, I don't know. I did overblock the sleeves to make them as long as they would possibly go because, again, I was very nervous about just the way it was gonna fall. I am a little bit thrown off with like how much space is under the arm. Like, I guess this is supposed to be like an oversized fit, but this is what it's looking like. You got our nice fishies, and this is the back with our fishies. It's hitting at a really nice length so far. So I'm going to continue with picking up the collar. I'm very nervous because look at how wide this is. We're trusting the process. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm just gonna keep going.
Super long, won't ever do the large size ever again. But I am about to make one in color pink for my daughter. So yeah. Anyway, so that's my. That's like a big
All right, I did move up onto the couch and I got both button bands done, but there are some things. Okay, first of all, I still need to bind off this button band, but I literally ran out of mohair, so that's very annoying. Second of all, the button band that I did bind off, I bound off way too tightly. And look at how like curved and puckered it is. So unfortunately, I will be taking this out because I did not come this far to be annoyed by a finishing hem. I just didn't. I just didn't. I just didn't. I just didn't.
Dinner, do you want to go get drinks? And if I'm being honest with you, chat, I looked like dog shit. My bangs were separating because it was so fucking greasy. I like pulled up in this like nasty little top knot. I like had run out of like clean clothes. I hadn't been like home much doing laundry. Been doing other.
All right, I have buttons. Now that everything is done knit-wise, we've seamed, we've added the collar, we've added the button band. I took a day to make these buttons. I came up with multiple button shape ideas. I ended up choosing, drumroll please, this S-shaped, kind of macaroni noodle shaped button. Okay, so I have tried this on, finally. I didn't try it on for like a couple days after I had finished, but the shape looks so much better than that try on that you guys saw without any of the collar button band. It really tightened and brought everything up, so very happy about that. I'm not going to show you yet because like final reveal, obviously, right? We need some type of element of surprise after making you guys watch all of this video. But right now I'm gonna line up the button bands and sew these buttons on. Simple as that. I'm trying to like put a check mark on this. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Here it is. Final sweater. And I love the way this looks. Love the way it turned out. It's nice and drapey. It fits perfectly. The buttons are such a great addition to the piece. Like, perfect fit. Not taking away too much from the design. Let me show you the back. And yeah, this is the hardest thing I've ever knit, easily. I had the most issues with it. And again, that's just because I was a tester. That's all a part of testing a project. It's not always gonna be perfect. It's not always gonna be seamless. That's literally the whole point. And doesn't make it any less frustrating and hard, to be honest. It's not on my list this year to test knit. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This took all of it out of me at the end of 2025. So it'll be a few moons before I sign up for another test. I'm trying to tell you, I cannot be bothered with deadlines or using my brain that much with knitting. Like it almost takes the craft of knitting into something that is like work and stress, and that's not the point of knitting. The point of knitting is to relax and have fun, and that's what I will be channeling in 2026. But now I have this sick salmon sweater to wear around, and especially in Colorado, the girls gonna eat this up, okay? They're gonna be asking me where my favorite spots of fish is at. I don't have one, but hey, I can fake it till I make it. So cute. Let me know what you guys think. If you made it to the end of this video, I super appreciate you. I know it was a long one, but this was a journey. Okay, a journey, a pilgrimage. We made it to the end, and I'm so excited to move forward into my 2026 project list and all the exciting things that I want to try. I want to try some new techniques and some new constructions and some different garments. So I'm super happy to be done with this big boy and to be moving on. So satisfying. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.